Okay, if we just look at the setup, to me, that left-hand one looks like there's a little bit of a reach out for that golf ball. As we said, the weight when you go back doesn't really get into your right heel that much. And the swing now, quite steep and choppy, yeah? You realise that you had to try to swing flatter, but rather than you swinging flatter, you just dragged your arms across your body. Yeah. So what happened was you weren't really turning better. Your weight was still staying on a bit on your tippy toes there, and then you were reaching out for the ball. And the problem is when you're coming down, if the weight is going forwards, you're then going to react by sort of pulling backwards, which you might do the right amount and you hit an all right shot, or you might not do it enough, so in which case you fall over, or you might sort of do it too much and then it sort of goes back on your heels. But you're always doing so many variables there that who knows what you're going to get. It's going to be a very, very different kind of inconsistent tee shot from one shot to the next. So the feeling you've got to try and do now is make these swings where you're turning here. That's a much better turn now. You can see you've turned your body now. The club's a lot shallower. And then swing through with some speed and finish there. And you can actually swing, I think it's in slow-mo, I think. But as we swing back here now, everything's working through with some speed right the way through and finish there, yeah? What you were tending to do with this golf ball, you can see it's not really on your foot, not really coming through as much, and the ball then now going off to the right there. And as a result, almost like hanging back to try to, you can see when you finish that swing, leaning back a little bit, just trying to find your centre, which has been lost based around the swing movements you were making. So practice the swing there where you make a full swing speed with as much speed as you can, and then step up into the golf ball here now. That club is working a lot shallower, so this club now is working more on that angle, whereas before you were kind of going quite steep. But like I say, works all right with the irons, okay, but not going to be great with the drivers. You then come back in the golf ball here now. The arms look a lot more into the body. The club's working a lot shallower. As you then swing through, we can swing through and just hold that balance there and stay there. So you finish like this when the ball's coming down, whereas this when the ball's still peaking and you're back on your heels there, like where's it gone kind of thing, and not really maintaining that. So from a sort of simplistic swing thought tomorrow, you can practice at home now in the ceiling, in the garden, whatever, just getting your balance, feeling a little bit more ankles, and then just make, say, 10 swings in a row where you just literally swing as fast as you can and stay in balance, and then maybe be done with it and go back in and have a tea or whatever, a cup of tea or whatever, play with the kids, and then, okay, the kids are going, I'll go out and do another 10 more swings and just see how fast I can swing it. So you kind of learn what your body needs to do and how it's going to feel. As I say, it's like a muscle memory we're trying to create. And then when you go out and play tomorrow, every tee shot, and no doubt you probably miss one or two because we do, but every single one you have a full speed swing, obviously away from the ball, where you feel like you're in balance and swinging fast, and then step up into the golf ball and your focus is then on the golf ball. You can't be stood over the golf ball and what did Gareth say, my elbow's got to do this and arm's got to do this, and that, because you'll just be all over the place. As that swing we saw, the very first one you made when you started thinking about your swing and you nearly missed the ball.
Having sort of like changing it slightly from what I did before, is there a good way, like a good drill of understanding where your club head's going through then, so like consistently, like hitting a tee or something like that? Or?
Yeah, I mean sometimes what I do, if you want to go to the garden tonight and you can put two objects on the ground like that and just swing through the gate, or head covers, or some of you don't mind whacking if they do whack it with the garden, but two tees popped up in the grass there and just swing through the gate there. If you can do that consistently, you know you're going through the right space of air, and as long as you can finish, and the key thing for you is the fact you're finishing there, because you can get there, you proved yourself 2 or 3 times, but I think sometimes you get a little bit kind of leaning back on it, living on your toes, and
I've definitely been trying to do that with the irons. So, it makes sense.
Most of the swings go from one.
Swing,
Set up slightly different, but the dynamics is still a circle.
Balance.
Exactly, mate. All the time.